Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
3rd play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it pays.
7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Damiere Byrd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. He goes back out to kick this one off.
Cameron Batson now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state at Georgia. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give running right is Chubb. And he's got some space here. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 22. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Illegal immigrant.
A 1st carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
I think he probably still be an immigrant.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Which one is supposed to be? He putting BNS on him? Alright.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because you don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Or whatever that is, nationalist, state, or
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Native or I don't even know how to read that damn handwriting.
Here's Patterson again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Huh? I say anyone found in the United States under the age of 5
where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here
cannot be
to
determined
pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
As long as proof of non-citizenship is not provided by age 21.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Military and
teams that look at my coach, why
time.
would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense.
That mean that
you don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
83 yards rushing now for Chubb and a first down as well.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
If one parent is the United States and the other parent,
they'll give it to Chubb.
Yeah, another parent
he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
5/21/34.
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
The York on now for the extra point.
That's a situation.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
What, the phone charger? Yeah.
The Atlanta offense here for this drive, Charles. You still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Everything got there.
They'll go again with Patterson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
In motion goes the tight end. They're going to try and throw. Being chased out left. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Although he was picked in the third round, Desmond Ridder is actually the second quarterback drafted in 2022. Might not have that first-round label, but we saw him make plenty of first-round throws while at the University of Cincinnati. He's a quick thinker, reads defense as well, and with all he led the Bearcats to, the Falcons also know they picked up a proven winner.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
In motion left goes a tight end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll try and throw for it here.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Huh? Do what?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Yeah.
Here's the option play now to the left. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On play action, they'll throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Amari Cooper, 51 yards.
And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Second and 13. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 101 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win. Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Faking the give. Now Watson. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Chubb. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 28 yards. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end
zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Black Ultra.
They'll set up a throw.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Who's that? Mike 28. Mike 28.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 27 yards.
And the Browns have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Running the counter, Patterson.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 60 yards.
And the Browns get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And a pretty nifty hurdle there before he's brought down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here we go. Black, 95.
Defense, let's go. Like 22, he's coming 20.
You, yellow.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Mike 22, Mike 22. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Steel, black.
22's coming, Mike.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here.
We're going to stretch you here.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They go up the middle with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Troy Anderson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now Chubb running right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the EA Sports. They run again on first down, Chubb.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. My goodness, 232 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
They run it again with Chubb. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find out.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he is met.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 72 yards.
And the Browns add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
New York now for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they're going to try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's 2nd and 8.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
The trade sent Brian Edwards from a very crowded Raiders depth chart to a much more open one in Atlanta. It's a great opportunity for the third-year man who was an excellent deep threat in limited opportunities with Las Vegas. He averaged 17 yards per catch, over 45 career receptions in his first 2 seasons. He could more than double that career catch total in his first year with the Falcons.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
45, white. Black shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camp, your off season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Browns, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
We spent your whole life trying to blow up, but I know you never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like big bitch can't get joined up. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold a million records, yeah. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. But we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot go without God in it. We built the sound you can't call weakness. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Game time in it. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Deep be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6-4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of
Cut
interest.
it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold veins. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spray. And now you got only your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast, the 6-4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of
Cut
interest.
it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in the trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not